Hey guys, Matt with CJ Off-Road here. Today we've got our 2018 Mojito two-door in the studio, and we're installing something that really isn't too common in the off-road world, and that is a Turbosmart VR3 compact blow-off valve. Now our friends over at Turbosmart sent us over one of their brand new blow-off valves, and we're super excited to get it installed on our Jeep Wrangler. Now what this is going to do is be a direct replacement for your factory blow-off valve, and because this is a mechanical blow-off valve that's electronically controlled, you're going to get a much smoother torque curve off of your turbo boost. This is also going to give you a much more audible blow-off valve sound. You can't even hear it right now with the factory one, so this is going to be a crazy difference. Now here at CJ's, we're used to Mustangs and EcoBoosts that have turbos, but this is really the first time we've gotten to modify a Jeep that had a turbo in it. I'm super excited to get this on, and overall it's a really simple installation, so I highly recommend this to any of you guys with a 2.0 liter turbo, and this is going to fit two-door, four-door, any Jeep that has a 2-liter turbo from 2018 to 2020 that is a Wrangler model. Now we will show you guys what this sounds like at the end compared to what the factory one is like, so be sure to follow along the whole installation to see what's in for if you have a 2.0 liter and to check out how cool this thing sounds at the end. Huge shout out to Turbosmart for working with us and designing such a cool product that's plug and play. Let's get it onto our Jeep and see how she sounds. Okay guys, so we've got the hood popped and pulled all the way back to do this. You don't really need to lay it onto the windshield. However, we found it a little bit easier just to show you guys what we're doing. The only two tools that you need is a T30 Torx bit and an 8mm socket, as well as a 1/4-inch ratchet. First thing we need to do is pull off the engine cover. That's going to take two T30 bolts. Now we've already pulled ours off a long time ago and lost them, so we can't pull them off, but there's two T30s, and then this will simply pull up and right off like that, and now we can see our blow-off valve. Alright guys, so right here is going to be our factory electronic blow-off valve, and as you can see it's really small and is held on into place by three 8mm bolts. There's a connector up here and then two bolts up at the top and one in the back. We actually are going to use a small extension to get to the back one here. I've already got it on that bolt, so I'm just going to go ahead and start pulling it off. So we've got the first bolt removed. Now we'll move on to these other two. Now we're going to pull this off, and the last thing we need to do is remove this connector. In order to do that, we'll slide the red tab backwards and then depress on in the center, and that'll pull right out. So it has a nice seal in there, but this is now completely removed. Turbosmart does include some new hardware, so we can set this one aside. So right here guys is a side-by-side comparison of your new Turbosmart blow-off valve and the factory one. It's a larger construction here with all billet materials compared to this plastic and metal construction from factory. Plus what you've got here is you're going to have your exhaust port. There's two, one here and one there. On the factory, there is none at all. So that's where you're going to get the sound out and some more and smooth boost pressure out of this blow-off valve. So this is obviously going to be a much better choice over the factory. Plus it has the exact same connector that the factory uses, so this will be a plug-and-play installation. So that being said, we're going to get it plugged in here, show you guys how to do that, and then give you a sound clip of what this thing sounds like. So before you install the Turbosmart blow-off valve, you will have to loosen this clamp on this hose here and pull it back a little bit. The base plate on the Turbosmart valve is a little bit bigger and it interferes with this corner. So I've already taken the liberty to loosen this up and just pull it back. And now what we're going to do is just pull the hose maybe 1/8 of an inch back, and then we'll go ahead, grab the clamp, put it back into place like that, and now we're ready to put the blow-off valve on. So we're going to put the blow-off valve in this orientation with the connector facing towards the passenger side. That way we can wire it over that, and there's not as much tension to try and put it over there. We also are going to use the factory hardware since the threads are already cut into the plastic section, and it'll be a lot easier to get them tightened up. First thing I want to do is get all of the bolts started. After you've got all the bolts tight, make sure you go around and get them all snugged up. Go ahead and plug the harness in. Tuck this back right out of the way. Make sure the red tab is closed. We can throw our engine cover back on and see how she sounds. Well guys, that's a wrap. I gotta say, I am truly excited on the way this turned out. This thing sounds amazing now. It truly sounds like a turboed engine. And if you're looking for the turbo sound out of your vehicle, this is the exact way to get it. It took 3 tools for us to get this installed in less than 15 minutes. Pop off your engine cover and you're good to go. It's a plug and play and it won't have any effect on your wiring or anything inside the Jeep. Throw any check engine lights. It's completely 100% plug and play and ready to roll. You guys heard the comparison of stock to this sound, and it is not really even a comparison. There was absolutely nothing coming out of this engine before, and with this and its mild exhaust on, it sounds killer. If you guys are looking to get the best performance and sound out of your 2.0 liter engine, be sure to swing by CJ Pony Parts, where we've got these blow-off valves for sale, as well as many other great parts for your Jeep. If you want to stay tuned to the Mojito build, as well as all the other crazy mods we'll make onto these Jeeps in the future, be sure to hit the subscribe button on our YouTube page and follow along. Drop a comment below on how you think this thing sounds. I really want to hear what you guys think. But until next time, we're going to go out and let this thing spool up and hear how it sounds on the trail. Hope you enjoyed that video. To stay up to date on our CJ Off-Road videos, make sure to subscribe up top here. And for any other installs, make sure to click the link right above.